Welcome to lesson 8.2 as we start to explore how can you exhibit and share what you have learned so far in your project plans as they start to emerge. Collaboration is a really important aspect of our work to develop our professional practice. Exhibiting and sharing, collaborating with other teachers is something I want you to continue to strive for, to increase the opportunities for you to talk about the ideas, talk about your planning, and it is something that really helps us to develop new ideas and clarify our approach in terms of learner-centered pedagogies. In this lesson, we're going to give you some specific instructions regarding how do you share and what you need to do. And you're going to listen respectfully to others as they share their ideas as well. So you're going to be on the receiving end as well as also pitching and sharing your ideas. And there was a great kind of opportunity last year to be able to do this with some of your teaching colleagues. We had lots of opportunities during workshopping, during this course, to share some of the ideas that were being developed. And you can see some of the examples here. There's lots and lots of discussion and dialogue going on, and the opportunity to present ideas and planning as it was emerging. The reason that we're doing this is so that we can get some feedback from others. We can learn from their perspective. We have to stay open to what ideas that they might bring in. And it also gives us the chance to test whether an idea that we've got for a project or if we've got the right approach in regards to some of the things that we've been learning in this course. It's a good chance for you to practice your thinking and sharing that thinking with others, but also to learn from how other people might approach things. Standing and speaking up about your kind of project and pitching your ideas is a really powerful way to do that, especially when you're thinking about designing new ideas for student projects. You might try to invite other people's perspective on some of the things that you're doing. It's a really common practice for us and it really helps us in terms of getting insight from somebody else's perspective. During this lesson, we're going to explore what you're going to do to share and exhibit some of your learning. Let's look at some of those instructions that we've got. This lesson is all about how you listen to others and how you share and give and receive feedback as well. You're going to be using the 6 thinking hats, and I've got a little image of that to remind us. You're going to need to locate and find all of your resources. You're going to need a blank copy of the critique hats. Look for that in your learning journal. You're going to need your project poster plan. Hopefully you've got that to hand as well, whether that's a big one that you can post up on the wall or whatever you've created within those lessons. You're also going to need your hexagonal project map as well. Even if you're not sure whether it's quite finished, it's something to show and talk through as well. And it's something to present and share. Step number 3, you're going to need to team up with some of your fellow course participants or colleagues. Even if at school there aren't any other participants on the course, but you just want to get 2 or 3 people together so that you can share to them the work that you've done, that would be great. If it's other people on the course, then they're going to have the chance to share back with you as well. Or even if you wanted to try to team up with somebody else by messaging on WhatsApp, maybe you could arrange to connect with them as well. Whatever you do to get the opportunity to tell your story around your project, this is a chance for you to share your planning so that you can get some feedback from others. You might even consider doing this with some of your students. Get a small team of your students together that you feel that you can present to, share some of the ideas that you've developed, exhibit and share, talk through your thinking and get some really interesting, I'm sure you would get some fascinating critique and feedback from your students as you share maybe some student projects. Think through who you're going to be speaking to. And step number 4, take about 15 minutes to share your planning. Don't spend too long. Just explain over about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, what the different parts are, what your ideas are for the actual project and what you've been developing. And then you need a bit of time to get some feedback because that's what we're focusing on. It's not just about presenting, it's about getting some feedback. You use the critique hats as a little structure. Perhaps they leave feedback on post-it notes for you if that's easier, and they can just write them down and add them to it. You could even do a presentation on a video, leave that up, and people can watch the video if you like, and they could leave some post-it note feedback without you even there, doing it asynchronously if that's a little bit easier. Whatever you need to do to gather some feedback about your work is what we're trying to do. And if you've got the opportunity to swap over and listen to other people's work, then this is the opportunity to do that too. This is a really important part. I'm encouraging you to focus on the feedback side of things. That's what we're doing this for. We're exhibiting our work in order to get some critique from others, and also practice the skills around how we communicate and how we collaborate with others. As before, you might like to pause the video now, because in the next few minutes, I'm just going to explain what's coming up in the next module. All right, here we go. We're looking at the final module of our course. That's what's coming up next. Module number 9 is our course plenary. It's an opportunity for us to consolidate what you've learned and what you know about the principles of learner-centered pedagogies, and also a chance to consolidate what it is that we've used in regards to the PBL framework. During this final module, you're also going to get the opportunity to reflect upon your professional learning and your growth throughout the course, and you're going to revisit some of the KWL reflections that you've done so far. Module 9 is the last module in our course as we start to wrap up some of the things that we've been learning. I'll see you there.